Hello, Capricorn. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Cachet Tarot. It doesn't give a creator on it, but it does give a publisher. TopThatPublishing.com. I want to call it Top Hat so bad I can't even stand it, but it's TopThat, T-H-A-T, Publishing.com. Feel free to freeze frame and check that out if you want to. Supportive Oracle cards, Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. Website in the back of this, rockpoolpublishing.com.au, A as in apple, U as an umbrella. What do we have for Capricorn? Really? Like 5? Okay. I hope they're good, because 5 of them are the ending. Yeah, actually, yes. Alright. Made me nervous. I'm like, we got 5 cards popping out for the ending. Which just means that there's a lot of information. It's not bad, though. There's 1 card at the bottom. Extremes. Okay, so there's an issue going on here. I don't think it's going to surprise you. Somebody random who causes, like, they get all upset or all. I do feel like it's somebody who plays a little bit of BS with it. Like, they get all ramped up and all upset and they want what they want. They're random, though. And don't get caught up in the gender. It could be anybody. It's just somebody who gets very ramped up, very. But the thing is, they start off the situation with an argument, which it's funny to me only because there's a lot of my family is Capricorn heavy. We have a lot of Capricorns, and I feel like it's very easy to know when you are very familiar with Capricorn energy. You never push a Capricorn. It doesn't work. It's just they will hold their ground. Whether they should or not, they will hold their ground. That's just Capricorns, like, if they get pushed, they hold their ground. They're like, oh, you're not going to push me, and I'll decide for myself. They just won't, they're not going to do it. You don't push a Capricorn. That's just, I feel like that's Capricorn 101. Don't push a Capricorn. It's not going to go in your favor. Even if you think it will, it won't. Because Capricorns are smart. They pay attention, and they won't let people get the better of them. But you just don't do well when you push them. The thing is, when this person comes forward, like they start it right off with an argument, you immediately hunker down. This has happened before, which kind of makes you wonder, like, do they know that? Or are these... It seems like a lot of people goes right over their head that that's what happens, but let's just see. Do they realize that? Just for argument's sake. 6 of Pentacles and the Magician... They kind of do. Which makes me wonder, is this strategic on their side? So they come in with a lot of energy, starting it off with a fight. The Magician is telling me they're trying to create something, and they seem to know what they're doing. Okay. They've done this before. They've done this before, where they've come really quickly, out of nowhere, with a quick decision, and you've held your ground. And now they're doing it again. The thing is, this person is difficult because they're just over the top. They're way over the top, but this is like a tactic with them. Do you know that? All right. Do you already know that? Does Capricorn already know that? What is that? 16 is the Tower card. 10 of Swords, half in, half out. Yeah, kind of. This is one of those things where you definitely need a minute to step back and like really breathe and kind of like, wait, what's going on with this person? The trick is, if you know who this is, to not react to them right off the bat. This is a passing energy. Don't get caught up in the gender, but it's kind of, there's a lot of fire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's like 5 cards, but it's like, whew, it's flashing fast. It's like a flash in the pan. Very strong energy coming at you. You should be able to find a way to give yourself at least one day to think this out before you have to respond. I feel like that's all you need. Is that comfortable? No. But I feel like if you just have a minute to step back and be like, wait a minute, this person, this is how they work. This is strategic with them. I'm just going to take out their attitude, look at what's there, and just like, wait a minute. Do I want this? What are they doing? How are they trying to do this? Like, what is their issue? Because as quickly as it comes in, it goes. You seem to be holding the line that's completely... it's expected, but that's what I would expect too. Somebody tries to push you, somebody tries to bully you, basically, and you're like, no, we're not doing that. You're holding it strong, you're holding it very secure. I know it's expected, but I feel like you're trying to figure out, like, why are we doing this? You're holding it very secure and very strong. This is like one of your strengths. Like some people, they hold strong, they keep things the same, but that's a gift. Like, we all have different gifts. I don't know why I'm going to go here, but I'm going to go here. Like, I've worked at jobs, and they expect people to be everything. Like, you're supposed to be able to change on a dime and hold things exactly where they want them also for the rest of time. So it's like those are two opposite energies. Like, if you were the person who could change anything in a 5-second moment, that's a certain type of person. Somebody else who holds things steady, holds things strong, and keeps them the same every time, that's a totally different type of person. Those energies in the same person is very rare, but also very conflicting for that person who has those energies. Either way, Capricorn is usually like hold steady. That usually is a hold steady person. I just don't like it. Like, I just remember people in reviews, and people would talk about the reviews after, and like one day they'd be, chastised for changing too quickly, or vice versa. One day they'd be praised for changing very quickly, and the next day they'd be, ridiculed for it. I feel like that's just like a corporate game. People playing games, not realizing they're playing games. Sometimes they're their own worst head case. This passes. The thing is, they come in, fists blazing. They're trying to upset you. I feel like this is going to be like, it happens, like, for example, on a Tuesday, and it starts on a Tuesday and it ends on a Wednesday. It feels like that for me, subjectively. They come in Tuesday, they're all, but fists blazing. They're trying to get you going. They're trying to get you going. If you have that one night to just sit back and go, wait a minute, what do I want? Because the next day I feel like it's almost like a different personality. All of a sudden they're making it like, oh no, this is a good idea, and they're like, we can do this nicely, this can be fun, this, like, it's just almost like a complete 180 on their personality. The first day they're fists ablazing. The second day they're sweet as pie. I feel like you're kind of like, what am I supposed to do with this? Like, can you pick a personality? What am I supposed to do with this? Figuring out what they actually want seems to be a challenge. The thing is, what do you want? For some reason, the energy's going back and forth, hot, cold. Just keep coming back to what do you want and how do you get where you want to go. Try to take away the energy from their attitude and how they're treating you. I know that may sound weird, but like, for example, Paul McKenna, How to Mend Your Broken Heart. It's geared towards romantic relationships. You can use it for any. I highly recommend it for this one, especially if this is happening in a business sense. It can take away the energy from, like, that person and how they're making you feel, or how the way they're treating you is, pulling up those emotions. It can pull that down into your control, and you can just step back and go, all right, yeah, they have an attitude and they have issues, and who cares? What do I want? And how do I get where I want to be? And, like, I just step away from their attitude, because there's no fixing their attitude. That's a waste of effort. You're not going to be able to fix their attitude or even how they treat you, because it's basically a tactic that they're using to get what they want. So if you can step back, think it through for yourself, and just keep remembering, like, all right, their attitude is their problem. What do I want? How do I get where I want? Even though they're doing what they're doing, because it's like fists blazing one day, sweet as pie the next. I'm just like, it seems like it's a tactic. Some people are just like that. They're just like that. Because when it all comes down to is you stepping back, keeping control, thinking it out, and deciding what you want to do, ignoring the gameplay, ignoring the attitude, which can be hard. It can be difficult at times. but realizing that that's what somebody's using as a tactic. They're trying to get you going, or trying to make it look like you're the one who's the difficult one, or making it look like you're not willing to change when they're setting you up for it. Especially if this is a business thing, because I feel like people do this behind the scenes. They get people going. This is like almost like an abusive an abusive relationship. I've seen this with married couples. They get one partner gets the other all upset and all angry, and then when the guests arrive, they act like that same person that was getting that other one going, that one who was pushing all the buttons, acts like everything's great, everything's fine. Oh, I don't know what's going on with them. I don't know what, they're just in a mood today, that happens. Meanwhile, they're the one who got them going. And they come off as sweet as pie, like everything is great, like I'm so easy to get along with, I just want everybody to be happy. Meanwhile, what they did before that stays off in the background. I'm just saying, I see that happening. If we can step away from that and step away from that tactic and just keep centered on what we want, and I feel like that Paul McKenna book is the easiest way for me to do it. I'm saying that as a Pisces because I get very sucked into other people sometimes. That has helped me tremendously to keep where I want to be, not where other people want me to be. Because you have to figure it out for yourself. You have to be completely in control of what's going on for you. And you have to disconnect from this person emotionally. Like, literally. You got the Six of Swords, like, just disconnect from them emotionally. Their problems and their wants are just that. Theirs. And they can keep those. Who cares what they want? The way they're playing you, you definitely don't want to give a crap about what they want. Just make it about what you want. You also don't want to make it a priority to, like, because sometimes it can be a thing where, you know, people push your buttons and you kind of want to get revenge. Sometimes that happens. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but that'll just screw you over in the end too. If you can disconnect from that as well, if that's a factor, I'm just saying if, disconnect from that too, that way you can get what you want and let them deal with their own problems. You have the intellect to do this. You have a long-term game that you're going to win. It's like a long-term plan that you're working out. If you can get past this successfully, the power shifts to your favor. You create what you want. There's a lot here that could be yours. It's pivotal on not playing into this person's game. And this person seems to think that they know how to play you. Disconnecting from them and not reacting to them and just kind of like, you know what, your problems are just that, yours. And not worrying about what they did to you. If you can disconnect from that, like, because they're doing it to try to get you to try to manipulate you. If you literally just disconnect from them and don't react and just don't value what they want, it seems to put you in the power play. I know it's hard because it's like when somebody treats you bad, like it triggers some feelings. You know what I mean? If you just find a way to like step away and be like, I don't care what you want. I don't care how you treat me because you don't matter to me. I'm just going to disconnect from you. I'm going to just stop reacting to you unless I absolutely have to. And that's how I'll get away from you. That's how I'll put this in my benefit. I don't know. I feel like it's like a game. It feels very much like a game this person plays. It feels like that abusive relationship. I mean, it would be an abusive relationship. Behind the scenes, they get somebody all going and they're yelling at somebody and making it all brrr. When the people show up, when other people show up, though, they're like, oh, no, I love life, and I love peace, and I love everybody to get along, and I just want everybody to have what they want. But and you know it's a lie because you're like, no, that's a lie. That's not what they were like just 10 minutes ago before everybody arrived. If you can disconnect from that, you take the power away from them. You take their power completely away. And then things just become what you want. You can have what you want here. You can totally have what you want here. That seems to be the difficult. Seems like it's difficult, but if you can do it, you got this. This is yours. Paul McKenna book's the only thing I've found in my life that actually helps me get past these things without people triggering me and then me reacting to it whether I want to or not. So I don't know. Maybe you're better at that, but that's the only advice I have that I can think of off the top of my head. So hopefully that's helpful. All right, I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thank you very much for watching, and you have a great day.